Imagine this. You're spending time with someone, and something feels different. Their words, their actions, even the smallest gestures. It's as if they're sending signals, but you're unsure how to interpret them. Could they be falling for you? Today, we'll decode those subtle signs, focusing on the way someone's language, both verbal and nonverbal, reveals their true feelings. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize the clues that often go unnoticed, and trust me, the final insight we'll share is the most powerful of all. If you're ready to understand the unspoken language of love, stay with us. But first, take a moment to subscribe to Female Red Pill, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. By doing so, you'll be joining a community dedicated to uncovering deeper truths about relationships. And make no mistake, what we're about to reveal could transform the way you understand romantic connections. Let's dive in. Words are one of the most direct ways people communicate, but when someone is falling in love, their choice of words carries more weight. You might notice that they've started using phrases like we instead of I, subtly including you in their plans, thoughts, and dreams. This shift isn't just linguistic. It reflects an emotional connection they're forming. For example, if they say, "We should visit that place together," it's not just a casual suggestion. It's a sign they're imagining a future with you. Now let's talk about tone. When someone is falling for you, their voice often becomes softer, warmer, and more inviting when they're speaking to you. It's almost as if their words are wrapped in a layer of affection. Pay attention to how they respond to your questions or stories. Are they deeply engaged, asking follow-up questions or mirroring your emotions? These are subtle but clear signs of emotional investment. But language isn't only about words. Body language often speaks louder than verbal expressions. Watch for how they position themselves when they're around you. Are they leaning in when you talk, keeping their body open and relaxed? These gestures indicate they're fully present with you, prioritizing the moment. Eye contact is another giveaway. If their gaze lingers just a bit longer than usual, or they look at you as though you're the most fascinating person in the room, it's a sign of admiration and affection. Think about how they touch you, or don't. A person falling for you often finds ways to bridge the physical gap, whether through subtle touches like a hand on your shoulder, or even finding excuses to sit closer. On the other hand, some people express their feelings by becoming more reserved, especially if they're shy. Their physical restraint might be an attempt to manage overwhelming emotions, which can be just as telling. One of the most interesting things about this process is how people's language adapts to mirror yours. Have you noticed them adopting phrases you use or aligning their communication style with yours? Psychologists refer to this as linguistic mirroring, and it's a subconscious way of signaling connection. It's as if they're trying to build a bridge between your world and theirs. Let's take a moment to reflect. Have you seen these signs in someone you know? Tell us in the comments. Your experiences might resonate with others watching, and together we can deepen our understanding of these subtle but profound signals. Stay with me, because the most compelling insights are yet to come. People falling in love often express their feelings through acts of service, offering help, solving problems, or going out of their way to make your life easier. Their actions speak volumes, and their words become intentional, layered with care and attention. If someone says, "I'll take care of that for you," they're not just being helpful, they're showing they want to be a significant part of your life. At this point, you might be wondering, are these signs always intentional? The truth is, most of the time, they're not. Love has a way of slipping through the cracks of conscious thought, revealing itself in ways the person might not even realize. But we're just getting started. If you've been captivated by this journey so far, stay tuned, because we're about to go even deeper into the psychology of falling in love. And remember, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. This is only the beginning of understanding the fascinating language of love. Let's go even deeper into this fascinating topic. Now that we've explored how language, both verbal and physical, can reveal someone's growing feelings, let's shift our focus to the emotional signals hidden beneath these actions. Love isn't just about what someone says or does. It's also about how they make you feel and the emotional energy they bring into your connection. Have you noticed how their mood seems to brighten when they're around you? When someone is falling in love, your presence alone can feel like a source of joy and comfort. They may laugh more easily, smile more often, or seem genuinely content in your company. This isn't merely a coincidence. Biologically, the brain releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin when we're with someone we're emotionally drawn to. creating that feeling of happiness and connection. But it's not just about the highs. A person who is falling for you often shows concern when you're upset or stressed. Pay attention to how they respond during difficult times. Do they offer emotional support, listening to your concerns without judgment? Do they ask thoughtful questions to better understand how you're feeling? These moments reveal the depth of their care, often more than grand romantic gestures ever could. Another telltale sign is how they prioritize you. In a world filled with distractions, someone falling for you will consistently make an effort to give you their time and attention. You might notice them adjusting their schedule to accommodate yours, remembering the small details you've mentioned, or finding reasons to initiate conversations and spend time together. For example, they might text you, "I just heard this song and thought of you," or bring up something you talked about weeks ago. These moments show that you're occupying a significant space in their thoughts. Let's take a closer look at how vulnerability plays a role in love. Falling in love often involves letting your guard down and allowing someone to see your authentic self. If they've started opening up to you about their dreams, fears, or personal struggles, it's a sign they feel safe with you. Vulnerability is one of the strongest indicators of emotional intimacy, and sharing these deeper parts of themselves is their way of inviting you into their world. Think about their reactions when you share something meaningful. Do they respond with empathy, encouragement, or even enthusiasm? Someone who is falling in love will often go out of their way to validate your feelings and make you feel understood. It's not just about agreeing with you, it's about truly engaging with your emotions and making you feel seen. Now let's talk about subtle jealousy. Not the toxic kind, but the small, unspoken moments that can reveal how much they care. If you mention spending time with someone else, do they seem a little more attentive or curious about the details? While this shouldn't be overanalyzed, it's often a sign that your connection matters to them on a deeper level than they may be willing to admit. Have you noticed how they celebrate your successes no matter how small? When someone is falling for you, your happiness becomes their happiness. Whether it's cheering you on for an accomplishment at work or remembering something as simple as your favorite coffee order, these actions demonstrate a deep emotional investment. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt this kind of energy from someone? Maybe it was in the way they listened to you, the effort they put into your relationship, or the quiet moments of support that spoke louder than words. Share your experience in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to recognize these signs in their own life. As we continue unraveling the language of love, keep this in mind. Every person expresses their feelings differently. Some are more verbal, while others lean on actions or emotional support to convey their affection. But one thing remains consistent. When someone is falling for you, it shows. The best part? There's still more to uncover. In the next segment, we'll explore how these signals evolve over time and the deeper psychological reasons behind them. If you're enjoying this journey so far, don't forget to subscribe to Female Red Pill, leave a like, and share this video with someone who might find it helpful. There's so much more to learn, and trust me, the final revelation will change how you see relationships forever. When someone is falling for you, the signals don't just stay the same. They often intensify and evolve as the connection deepens. Let's examine how these shifts occur and what they reveal about the emotional landscape of love. One of the most noticeable changes is in how they include you in their long-term plans. Initially, they might drop hints or suggest casual outings, but over time, these ideas grow more concrete. For example, they might say something like, "Next year we should take a trip together," or start involving you in decisions about their future. This progression from hypothetical to intentional is a significant indicator that their feelings have grown deeper and more committed. Another evolution lies in how they handle challenges. Love often reveals itself not during the good times, but in how someone supports you during difficulties. If they're falling for you, they won't just be there to celebrate your wins, they'll also stand by you in moments of struggle. Watch how they respond when things get tough. Do they step up to offer practical solutions or emotional reassurance? Their willingness to invest time and energy into helping you overcome obstacles is a clear sign of their growing attachment. Let's talk about the way they talk about you to others. Pay close attention to how they describe you to friends, family, or coworkers. Are they proud to mention your accomplishments? Do they bring up inside jokes or shared experiences with a certain sparkle in their eyes? When someone is falling for you, they often can't help but speak about you with admiration and warmth even when you're not around. Now, consider their protective instincts. This isn't about controlling behavior, True protectiveness comes from a place of care and respect. For example, they might check in to make sure you got home safely or offer to help when you're feeling overwhelmed. These gestures, however small, reflect their desire to ensure your well-being, both physically and emotionally. Another powerful signal is their ability to compromise. As their feelings deepen, they'll likely show more willingness to meet you halfway, whether it's about deciding where to eat or navigating more significant life choices. Love often inspires people to prioritize the relationship over personal preferences, creating a dynamic of mutual respect and understanding. Have you ever noticed how someone's energy seems to mirror yours? When they're falling for you, their emotional state often syncs with yours. If you're happy, they're happy. If you're feeling low, they might instinctively try to lift your spirits. This emotional attunement goes beyond words and actions. It's about genuinely caring for your emotional state and wanting to share in your experiences, whatever they may be. Let's not forget about curiosity. Someone falling in love with you will often show a heightened interest in your world. They'll want to know about your hobbies, your favorite childhood memories, your hopes, and your fears. This isn't just small talk. It's a way for them to build a deeper connection and truly understand what makes you who you are. Here's a question for you. Has anyone ever shown this kind of curiosity about your life? If so, how did it make you feel? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights might help others recognize these signs in their own relationships. As we continue exploring the language of love, it's crucial to address the importance of consistency. Someone who is truly falling for you will show their feelings not just in grand gestures, but in the everyday moments that build trust and connection. They'll check in with you regularly, follow through on promises, and demonstrate through their actions that you're a priority in their life. At this stage, their affection becomes a stabilizing force, offering you a sense of security and comfort. This kind of love isn't about fleeting excitement. It's about creating a foundation for something meaningful and lasting. And yet, the journey doesn't end here. There's one more layer to uncover, one final piece of the puzzle that ties everything together. If you're ready to understand the ultimate truth about how someone's language reveals their feelings, stay tuned. This last revelation will change the way you think about love and connection forever. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to Female Red Pill, leave a like, and share this video with someone who might benefit from these insights. Your engagement helps us continue exploring topics like this, and there's so much more to discover. Now let's uncover the final and most profound layer of how someone's language reveals they are falling in love. At this stage, their actions and words become completely aligned, leaving no doubt about their feelings. This is where love shifts from being an unspoken energy to a conscious choice, a decision to invest deeply in the relationship. One of the clearest indicators at this point is their willingness to be vulnerable about their intentions. They no longer rely solely on hints or subtle gestures. Instead, they start expressing their feelings more openly. They might say something like, "I've never felt this way before," or, "You mean so much to me." These admissions show they're not just experiencing feelings, they're embracing them and taking the emotional risk of sharing them with you. Their language also becomes future-focused in a way that demonstrates commitment. They don't just talk about plans for the next weekend. They talk about dreams and ambitions where you play a central role. For example, they might share thoughts like, "I want to build something meaningful with you," or, "You're the kind of person I've always dreamed of being with." This level of openness is a hallmark of deep emotional connection. Another key signal is how they handle conflict. Love isn't about never arguing. It's about how someone approaches challenges in the relationship. When someone truly cares, they'll prioritize resolving issues with patience and understanding, rather than letting emotions spiral out of control. Their words during disagreements will focus on finding solutions and maintaining respect, rather than winning an argument. For instance, they might say, "Let's figure this out together," or, "I don't want us to let this come between us." These phrases demonstrate their desire to preserve the connection, even in difficult moments. By now, their language of love extends far beyond their words. They demonstrate their feelings through actions that are consistent, meaningful, and thoughtful. Imagine this. They remember the smallest details about you, like your favorite coffee order or a story you shared months ago. They take initiative, offering help without you needing to ask, and they anticipate your needs in ways that make you feel seen and valued. These aren't random acts of kindness. They're deliberate efforts to show you that you matter. Their emotional availability also becomes a defining feature. They create a safe space where you feel comfortable sharing your own vulnerabilities, knowing you won't be judged or dismissed. This mutual exchange of openness creates a profound bond, one that goes beyond infatuation and reaches the depths of true intimacy. Have you ever felt this kind of emotional safety with someone? Reflect on those moments. They might reveal more about your relationship than you realized. At the heart of it all, love is about presence. Someone who is falling in love will be fully present when they're with you. They'll put away distractions, focus on what you're saying, and make you feel like you're the most important person in the room. This level of attention and care is rare, but it's one of the most powerful indicators of genuine affection. Now let's tie everything together. Throughout this video, we've explored how language, verbal, physical, and emotional, reveals the truth about someone's feelings. From subtle shifts in tone to grand acts of vulnerability, every sign we've discussed points to one thing. Love isn't just spoken, it's lived. It's felt in the moments of quiet understanding, in the words that carry weight, and in the actions that prove someone's intentions. But here's the most important takeaway. Recognizing these signs is only the first step. The real magic happens when you respond to them with your own authenticity and openness. Love thrives in mutuality, where both people feel safe, valued, and understood. If you've been captivated by this exploration of love's language, share your thoughts in the comments. What resonated with you the most? Have you experienced these signs in your own life? Let's keep this conversation going. Your insights might inspire someone else to recognize love in their own story. Before we end, don't forget to subscribe to Female Red Pill, like this video, and share it with someone who might need these insights. And if you're ready for even more revelations, check out the other videos we've linked on screen. Each one dives deeper into the truths that shape our relationships and connections. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, remember that love is a language, and learning to read it can change everything.